Have you ever felt like there's something more out there? Ever see a blur in the shadows or a strange blue light? Ever feel like a part of your memory is missing, torn out like it isn't yours to keep? Welcome, everyone, to the Nerd Nook. In this episode, I will be explaining the people, more commonly known as fairies, from Artemis Fowl. Now, the people seems like a very broad term at glance, but in fact it represents the genus of fairies, which has 8 families. Fairies as a whole wield magic, which with each family having a unique magical ability as well as a couple of shared ones, which includes healing, omnilingualism, invisibility, and mind-controlling humans. In terms of the 8 fairy families, there are centaurs. These folk possess the bottom half of a horse and the top half of a human. They are the only family fairy that cannot wield magic, but this is made up for in their absurdly high IQ. This intellect comes with a healthy dose of crippling paranoia. Moving on, we have dwarves. Dwarves are inherent diggers who unhinge their jaw to consume massive amounts of clay, which moves through their intestines and out of their posterior. Most dwarf pants have button-up flaps which open upon tunneling. Due to air bubbles in the dirt, dwarves have incredible gas buildup, which releases in a burst of flatulence strong enough to punch a hole in a cinder block wall. Beyond this, dwarf facial hair is actually many small antennae which harden upon being removed, and dwarf spit is luminous and hardens when it comes into contact with air. Next up is elves. Elves are considered first out of the people for reasons unknown. Elves are sometimes known for their courage and loyalty, and make up a good portion of the LEP. Elves are sometimes able to stop time, though only the most magically competent can do this. Artemis Fowl II described elves as very emotional creatures. Gnomes are generally short and wide, though some gnomes are known to be tall and skinny. They are not shown to have their own magical ability. They're frequently known as lovers in gold and drooling, and come in an average of 2 feet tall. Moving on from gnomes, we have goblins. Goblins have scaly skin that sheds every so often, with most of their clothes being made from this shed skin. They're known to be violent, greedy, and generally unintelligent, with Foley having described them as having brains the size of rats. Goblins are able to conjure and throw fireballs. Pixies are shown to have an innocent and childlike experience, coming in an average of 3 feet. In actuality, pixies are cunning and intelligent with passionate ambitions. Due to having such a thin skull, pixies are prone to developing various brain diseases such as amnesia, narcolepsy, and catatonia. Pixies are able to levitate and shoot blasts of lightning. A subspecies of pixies exists called jumbo pixies. They're larger than normal due to pressure in Atlantis. Moving next up after pixies, we have sprites. Sprites are the only species of fairy that has natural wings, with these wings being a sprite's largest organs. They contain 7 main arteries, so wing injury is incredibly serious for a sprite. Sprites have green skin, green hair, and orange eyes. Sprites also have a subcategory being water sprites. Water sprites have gills and fins, and are overall better adapted for the water than regular sprites. In the 5th book, demons are revealed as the 8th fairy family. Demons start out their lives as imps, and then at a certain age, they go through a process called warping. The species of demons as a whole remove themselves from time and space on an island called Hebros, only due to Artemis Fowl II were they brought back from the temporal void. Some fairies, called warlocks, are much more magically powerful than other fairies, allowing them to perform larger feats of magic, such as a time field. Warlocks are the preferred healers of the people. Demon warlocks are the strongest of warlocks and can turn objects to stone. Quick side note, sorry for missing a week. I got, really bad illness. Thanks for listening to this episode. It really helps to support the podcast. If you would be so kind to subscribe as well, that would be wonderful. Now, this is Jacob Knox, signing off.